Okay, here's a look at my collection of the old masterpiece Autobots. And let me let you know that one reason why I'm making this video is because I want to document all of the figures in my collection so that one day it will be helpful to my friend as a reference. But also because I've been trying to clean up and organize all of these older figures. So hopefully this video will help me figure out what I want to do with them, because these are not my official masterpiece Autobots. So with that said, let me just kind of go over each one and share my thoughts. So starting off first here, this was the first, well, not the first, but this is the MP10 Optimus Prime, and this one here is the Takata version. And when I first got this, you know, I didn't know how I felt about the darker shade color, because this one here is the Hasbro, so you could see the difference. And one of the bigger difference is the yellow lights on the chest, which is not cartoon accurate in robot mode, but robot and vehicle mode, yeah. And here this is more, yeah, cartoon accurate. I mean, Takata does do things more cartoon accurate, and I never really liked those yellow details because they were not a part of the cartoon. Same thing with the painted shins here, but this was the style at that time, where these figures were meant to look like the character, but they took the liberty to still implement their own little designs here and there. This is kind of like a fusion between cartoon, toy, and realistic. So that's why, you know, these figures look the way they do, with all this you know, extra detail that you never saw in the cartoon. But anyways, as far as the figure goes, for its time, I think this was really a nice figure. I actually recently transformed it, and it was a lot of fun. And just letting you know that this is the Shadow Fisher upgrade, but the lights don't work anymore. So yeah, that's probably a good way to point out that you know, all those lights and stuff, even though they're cool, they really, yeah, I don't think they are really good, because they don't really last that long. But that's just a look at Optimus Prime. And let me just go over the handgun. I mean, at that time they also designed these gimmicks so this could fold up into his back, and you push the button, and yeah, I could point out a lot of things, but this is an older figure, and they were definitely designing it differently than today, which is all the Hypertune stuff. And then let's just go over real quick. So here's the Bumblebee, which is really a nice figure, not cartoon accurate, so like I said. And let's move over here. Here's the Make Toys Jazz, and let me just point out, this was really frustrating for me because those headlights were not blue. So they know what they're doing, but I don't appreciate things like that. And this Hound, for its time, by Fans Toys, this was cool, but the issues I had with it was the silver legs. It's not really cartoon accurate, but then you can argue, during this time, these were meant to look like the character while still taking the liberty to add all this extra detail and stuff. Kind of like a mix of the cartoon toy version. So yeah. And then the same thing with Mirage here. This one is kind of more realistic. I mean, there was always an issue with that shoulder, so that was something not too good. And then Cliff Jumper. Everyone waited so long for the Cliff Jumper. There was that company, I don't remember, that first came out with one. then X Transbot, then here this one's Mastermind Creations, and then the Fans Toys. And just letting you know, I did have the X Transbots version, and that's one of many figures I gave away. And yeah, speaking of which, I also had the Bad Cube version of Trailbreaker, which I also gave away. I did not trade, sell or anything. I just literally gave it away. Any figures. So yeah, oh yeah, now's a good time to point out what I'm trying to organize and work out here. I had to decide which Trailbreaker to keep with this collection, the old Masterpiece collection. Now, do I want, well, first of all, I gave away the Bad Cube, so I don't have that as an option. But then this one here is the cartoon version of Trailbreaker by X Transbots, and then Fans Toys. So I had to carefully think, and let me just point out a few things. I think X Transbots did a nicer job, like with the white color. I don't know. There's something that I do like about the X Transbots version, but one of the big issues for me was those white shoulder joints. I mean, they should have painted it black or something like that. And then the transformation on it is not very good. And I have to be honest, the Fans Toys also is not really, the transformation is not that good either. But here's my rationale between these two. Since I have a lot of Fans Toys here, I figured I should stay consistent and keep the Fans Toys version with my old Masterpiece Autobot collection, because then it looks consistent there next to Hound. So just wanted to share that. And then moving on, obviously we had it was actually the first version of Huffer by Bad Cube, which under the name Cubex, which that was another figure I gave away. And then they came out with their Brawn, which was really cool. So aesthetically, these looked really good for its time. Definitely not cartoon accurate, but you could see what I was telling you. They captured the character pretty well, but they took the liberty to put in their own design. And then yeah, X Transbots, gosh, I'm gonna try to be nice, but here's one of many bad design figures by X Transbots, and I think this one I did customize it. Yeah, so you could see that he's more gray on the chest area. But yeah, the transformation design, they just I guess I'll start sharing some of this. I mean, they just never really improved to the point of learning that their designs is just overly complicated, and all the breakage issues as a result of the type of plastic that they're using and stuff. And that's one reason why their figures cost a little bit cheaper, because they're not using really quality plastic, and then it doesn't help the way they design it. I think this one had the issues with rotating these wrists. But anyways, this is the only Masterpiece version of Windcharger we have, so can't really complain, but I just wanted to share that real quick. And then Bad Cube, they came out with another nice looking figure for its time, you know, the old Masterpiece style. But there were issues with this, particularly when you're transforming it, trying to get the front wheels to tab in and stuff. It was a real difficulty. And then moving on here, the Hoist. So this one's similar to like a Trailbreaker. I had to decide which one to keep here. Do I want to keep the Fans Toys Hoist or keep the X Transbot, their cartoon version? And I could tell you right away, I do like the white because, you know, I have the same complaints like some people, you know, the chrome, which is not cartoon accurate. It's more toy accurate. I mean, it does look nice, but, you know, me, I'm really all about the hypertune, so I do like it. But in short, I'm trying to stay consistent with the figures in this collection. So that's why I'm sticking with the fans toys. And you know, since I'm talking about Hoist, I mean, you can't have Hoist without his buddy Grapple. And I did have the Make Toys version of Grapple, which I no longer have because that's another one of these figures I just simply gave away. I mean, that was really a nice figure. I didn't sell it, trade it, or anything. I just literally gave it away. And that was also the same with the Make Toys Hound, the Gundog, I think. Yeah, so I gave that one away as well. And I actually gave away the first version of Mirage too. This one's the so-called cartoon accurate blue color. But anyways, yeah, so just wanted to share that real quick. And let's come over here, the Skyfire, because I also gave away the Daka Toys Skyfire, you know, because I have this one. And yeah, let me just point out, after transforming this one again, let me just tell you, like, you have to be very careful not to break it. Now I see more and more why people actually break their fans toys figures, because one, they're not being very careful, but also because there are little parts to the figure that are not really thought out very well, such as the little tiny hooks and stuff. I'm not going to show it, but on the back, you know, where you attach the backpack to his back chest, yeah, you have to be really careful or you're going to break them. So yeah, just wanted to point that out, because fans toys, as nice as their figures are, they are not perfect. But X-Transbots, I think, is much worse, because fans toys has improved over time, but X-Transbots is still not producing really great figures. And here's another example, because the skids, even though this one looks really nice, to my disappointment, it actually broke on this side. And let me just show you on this side, but you could see this little plastic piece that attaches to the chest and to the door. First of all, look at how small that piece is, and it's plastic, and the type of plastic that they use, which is not good. That's why, you know, the figure costs less. It caused it to break right here. So man, there's just so many X-Transbots figures that well, I don't have, not like so many, but I have more than one damaged X-Transbots figure for the reasons I pointed out. It's just yeah, anyways. And then Warpath here. I had to decide here, because first of all, I actually got the I think it was Final Victory or something version. Even though it's not cartoon accurate, I think this was a pretty nice figure. As far as the toy goes, this is actually pretty nice, solid figure. And the reason why I got it, because you could see these other mini-bots, he does scale pretty nice with these mini-bots. But when you put him next to Hoist, like from that cartoon, now the scale's off. So yeah, this is one reason why I'm making this video, because I want to point these things out and just kind of help me figure out what I want to do. So that scales a little bit better, but Bad Cube, like a lot of their other figures, it's a little bit complicated transformation, and this one if you have it, or you've been following collecting, you know that this is a really complicated figure to transform. And I'm just going by my memory, just certain things. I don't think it was designed, the transformation was designed very well. But anyways, for right now, I'm just I think I want to keep it because he scales nice next to Hoist there. And then I have to figure out what I want to do with this, because he does scale nice. And again, this is actually a pretty nice figure. I mean, it's not cartoon accurate, but I think they did a really nice job. So that's Warpath. And then, of course, during its time, when this blaster came out from KFC, yeah, it was really cool. I mean, he does look good with the old Soundwave by Takata. And I did have to customize it so he has like gray feet to be more cartoon accurate instead of the black feet, which is more like the toy version. And at that time, I got the metallic version because I thought it looked cool, which it does. But then, after getting all these other figures, it just doesn't blend in very well. But now I'm starting to like it again, appreciating it for what it is. This is a nice figure. So he does fit in very well with my old Masterpiece collection. And there's a lot of Cosmos that came out. And I decided on this one. Because the X-Transbots I have with my official Masterpiece. And this one I did get the Mastermind Creations, but all you have to do is compare, and I'm telling you, I think this one looks better. Even though these little details here are not cartoon accurate, it's more accurate here. But in terms of the form and function of the figure, I mean, this one, Mastermind Creations, did not really do that good of a job. I mean, I don't want to start messing around showing you, but yeah, this was not, see, I'm already having difficulty getting it to close and stuff like that, and this top piece. So yeah, but unlike X-Transbots, Mastermind Creation did improve. So like their Combaticons and their Protectobots, they're doing a really nice job. But anyways, I decided on the Toy World version, so for my old Masterpiece collection. And then during its time, yeah, it was cool, this Beachcomber. I'll point out here, one good thing that X-Transbot does is they always give you all these nice little accessories, which are really nice. But and I'm not going to complain about how it's not cartoon accurate, because it was the design at that time. But objectively speaking, the transformation design, all that stuff, it's really bad. And excuse me, they still, yeah, they're just frustrating. And then the sea spray, I can never understand why people love this so much. I can only say, compared to Fans Toys' first version, yeah, it looks better. It's not cartoon accurate with these blue windows, but it does make it look nice. But the bigger issue is the way it's designed. I mean, these little things right here, these pointy things, there's just one example, why this figure is not really good. That's like just prone to breakage right there. Yeah, so, and then I do have him slightly mistransformed because I want him to be a little bit squattier, chunkier, if you will. So yeah, and then let's just go over the DX9 Power Glide. This is a nice figure, that's all I'll say. Just the only issue is the red inner thighs. So yeah, and it comes with, it's really cool because this is the only one that came with the little figure Astoria, so that's really nice. And then back to X-Transbots. Well, first of all, I don't have the first version of Perceptor because that's another one of many figures I just gave away. And so now as a fill-in for my old Masterpiece collection, I'm using this one. And I'm not going to get all into it, but I'll just say the design of this one also is not done very well. And I can't find it, but there was an area here that also broke. I think you could see it right there. Again, it's okay, I'm not going to explain, but it's just that's what you get with X-Transbots figures. So yeah, there's just so many damaged figures I have from them. And so this is what I have, but there's a lot more figures that I'm missing because I gave them away, such as the Wheeljack, the Sideswipe, the what is it, Bad Cube? Yeah, Bad Cube, Sunstreaker, the Blue Streak. Yeah, so I gave away a lot of figures. But now, part of the other reason why I'm making this video is because I'm trying to decide if I want to go ahead and open these up. Because now I'm letting you know, the way I used to collect, I used to buy 2 sets of everything. That was just crazy. So I'm trying to change my collecting habits, so don't be buying 2 of everything. But I do have 2 of these. So if I want to add these missing old figures in my old Masterpiece collection, then I'm gonna have to open these up. So such as the Sideswipe. I don't have the is it Bad Cube? Yeah, Sunstreaker, but I do have this newer version, and these are not KO, these are the official, so these are expensive. And I remember this was when the Masterpiece figures started going higher in price, because something about the design was different, starting with the Sunstreaker. But anyways, like I said, that's one of the reasons why I'm making this video, is because do I want to open these figures up to fill in the missing gaps here? And let me just point out one last thing here. I do not have the Dinobots. Well, actually I have the Fans Toys Dinobots, but they're part of my official Masterpiece collection. And I'm hoping that we're gonna get more cartoon accurate Masterpiece Dinobots. So then the Fans Toys Dinobots will then shift over to this collection. And so yeah, here's just a look. And then of course the Protectobots, the Aerobots, yeah, those are going to be missing from this collection also. So that's a long video of my old Masterpiece Autobot collection, and I'm thinking about maybe starting a new series, my Masterpiece collection, because I think I will go over my official Autobot collection, season 1, and then season 2, then the Minibots, and then the Decepticons, season 1, season 2, the old, the new. Yeah, so yeah, because again, I'm trying to have reference of my collection, and yeah, what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to organize it. So anyways, that's just a look at my old Masterpiece Autobot collection.